question for today is, how do I start coding? And my immediate question for you afterwards is, what do you want to build? Do you want to build mobile apps? Do you want to build desktop apps? Do you want to build websites? All of that is going to influence what languages you're going to need to learn. So my recommendation for you is think about what you want to build. Have a project in mind. It's a great motivator. Once you have a general idea, start looking up what technologies are commonly used to build that kind of project. And then find free or cheap resources that allow you to explore that more, that get you comfortable with the basics of that language, get you more comfortable with being capable of building that project. So start off with a project that challenges you, that forces you to learn more to be able to build it. But another thing I want to recommend is, as you start exploring these other learning tools, you're going to often find that they hold your hand quite a bit, and that they may not challenge you in the ways you need to be challenged to be able to retain what you're learning. So as you explore these learning tools and you learn and you get further in the programs, you need to build your own projects that use these skills, that take advantage of what you've just learned while it's fresh in your mind, to really help solidify it. Build your own projects with it. And then you're going to hit another plateau of, well, crap, my program taught me this, but it didn't teach me how to store data in a database. It didn't teach me how to persist logins so I could have a user base. And that's another great opportunity to supplement what you're learning with another online learning tool, with another blog post, with another YouTube video, wherever you want to learn, however you want to learn. Supplement. So you're constantly learning, you're reading, you're watching, you're listening, and then you're building your own projects to try to apply those concepts. And then you're doing it again, and you're learning, and then you're applying more concepts, and then more complex concepts. And so this is how I've learned and how I've been successful at learning. And as I've done this, and as I've gone back and forth, I've really realized how much I love this grind. And that's exactly what it is. You might have a lot of motivation to learn how to code now, but I can honestly say that motivation, at least for 99% of people, is not going to stay with you forever. And so part of pushing through these plateaus of learning and building projects and getting better and growing as a developer is setting habits. That motivation will always, or not always, be there. And when you wake up, sometimes you're going to feel like, I don't want to learn today. And this is where you need to push yourself. This is how it is with coding. This is how it is with whatever your passion is. So love the grind. Learn to love it. Learn to love learning. I know that sounds silly, but really, you're constantly going to be growing as a developer, and I want to set your perspective up well for that. Welcome it. Start really looking for problems to solve, problems that you can't quite solve yet, that you have to figure it out. So I might have gone off on a tangent a little bit, but really, if you want to explore coding, start off with free resources. Explore it. That's what you should be doing. Build projects and see, especially if you're not motivated that day, if you still force yourself to learn and to grow in that area. You might have a full-time job. If you find yourself coming home from work too tired to learn to code, and you're not doing it in your spare time, you might want to question if it's really for you, because successful developers often start with coding as a hobby because they enjoy it. They like solving problems, they like learning, they like growing. So explore it, see how it works for you. And then my last recommendation is, if you start getting interested in it, it can be tough sometimes, and you're going to hit plateaus. Join a supportive community that will encourage you to get past those plateaus, that will point you to resources for you to check out and for you to learn. But yeah, have fun coding it. It's a grind. But in the end, all of those aha moments and looking back at what you've built and how amazing of a journey the entire process has been, when you can look back and be really proud of that and be ready for the next 5 years of learning and growing as a developer, I don't know, that's what keeps me going. So if you have any questions, you want to know free resources, anything like that, feel free to ask in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.